error for the PDP in 2023?
Well, as a result of the elections turned out, and because Nigerian people spoke, definitely it was an error.
And the party has regretted it?
Of course. To lose a very monumental election in that disastrous manner, as it were, certainly is something for regrets.
Well, tell me, Senator, quickly, before I forget, Peter Obi, have you been able to speak with him as a party? Is it coming back
No,
to
as a party, we have not spoken to Peter Obi, but you recall also that in the run-up to 2023, the expectation was that the ticket of the PDP was going to go to the South, and somehow, for reasons of fairness, people thought that the Southeast, having not produced a candidate for a major political party like that, would definitely have fielded a Southeast candidate. And obviously, it was Peter Obi that ordinarily would have picked the ticket. So, in anger, in frustration, Peter Obi left the PDP. And so, in the run-up to 2027, I'm aware that certain individuals have been talking to Peter Obi, hey, come back home. This is what we are likely going to do. And if you come, you stand a chance of being a candidate.
What are the possibilities of Peter Obi returning to the PDP?
Well, sure, you know, in politics, nothing is certain. I've always said that in politics, 2 plus 2 is not 4. Yeah. And so, and these are matters of interest. And when it comes to existential interest from a community of persons within a geopolitical zone, it is possible.
But those who are talking to Peter Obi, how far with that conversation?
Well, the conversation is predicated on the belief by such individuals that if Peter Obi comes back and he is the most favored candidate, the most supported candidate, and becomes a candidate, the PDP will make an impact in the 2027 election. So with
Peter Obi, if he's on the ballot in the name of the PDP, there is almost an assurance for the PDP. Is that the feeling on the inside?
Of course, that's the feeling.
Are you part of the party talking to Peter Obi?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But I can tell you for free that the PDP, like I told you before, is a big brand rooted in the Nigerian people. And so if, like now, that the ticket has been zoned to the South, there are several other persons that can also fly the flag of the party.
So, I mean, what about former President Goodluck Jonathan?
President Goodluck is also a credible candidate.
But what are the possibilities? We understand that talks are also ongoing.
Well, so, yeah, some persons are talking to the president, former president, to come and run, and it's a possibility.
But those who fear about constitutionalism, based on how many times he has been sworn into office and taking oath of office, and those who are warning your party that if you thread on that path, it might be dangerous.
Well, there's nothing dangerous there. You'll recall that in 2015, when President Jonathan GCFR wanted to run, there were hues and cries all over the place about the constitutionality of his candidature. But eventually, it was settled even by the court that he was qualified to run, and that is why he ran.
But you know what the Supreme Court has said about that vacuum, which was, of course, it was circumstances around Goodluck Jonathan himself, when Yaradua and the vacuum that was left in the death of the former president, Moro Yaradua, and when he left office, the circumstance and the vacuum in our constitution, and what the constitution says about the oath of office and the preemption or the intention of the drafters of the constitution as to the chances of anyone that is taking an authority of office that should not have taken more than the oath of office or have opportunity of serving for 4-year term for not more than 2 times. But if you calculate it, it will have been said that if Goodluck Jonathan is returned, he only spent 5 years in office. Goodluck Jonathan would have spent about 9 years, which is against the position of the constitution that 4-year term of not more than 8 years.
And then you know that Goodluck Jonathan had never been president for 8 years. But and you will also want to recall that twice similar issues arose when John Yame of Taraba and Abba of Yobe contested for governor, having served part of the period of the former governors of their respective states. And the court came clean that yes, that definitely wouldn't count as one of the issues or one of the terms contemplated by the Constitution. So
that's what you imagine in the case of the 1 year plus of former President Yaradua spent by Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah, exactly. Because if that were not the case, Goodluck Jonathan wouldn't have been qualified, for instance, to contest for president.
Qualification is one thing.
Yes.
And serving in office would be another.
No. What I'm saying is that by the time
that may have been contested and jeopardized in the courts.
If it was contested, I have given you 2 examples of people who are similarly completed the terms of offices of their respective governors, and they came back, won election, and finished their own second terms.
So you don't think there's anything dangerous or risky about Goodluck Jonathan?
Not at all. Not at all, because I can tell you for sure here now that even at that, in the run-up to the 2015, Goodluck Jonathan was taken to court on account of this same argument that you are raising now, and the court ruled that no, he cannot be disqualified on the basis of that.
There is another gallant personality in your party who is a governor, and his name has come up severally, and he's governor of your station, and there are those who say that's another very good candidate if he emerges. What are you guys thinking in the PDP about such a personality?
Well, Sheyi Makinde is the governor of your state. He's performed very creditably well. And so he wants to run for president. And like I said, he will not be the only person that will be running for president in 2027 if it comes to that. And so by the time Nigerians in the PDP gather and weigh the pros and cons of all the candidates, PDP members will be able to pick a candidate by their estimation, that is capable of challenging the APC government. And so, if it is Shea Makinde, fine by us, then all of us will fight behind him. But I can assure you that there are more than one other or two persons that are in contention.
My guest yesterday says the decision of the NEC was unconstitutional and was done in error.
The constitution of NEC in what regard?
In the regard of zoning the presidential ticket of the party to the south. It was unconstitutional that the party or any organ of the party does not have the power to restrict or disallow anyone from exercising their constitutional right of being voted for or voting for anyone.
Yeah, they could be right, they could be wrong. Don't forget that in the very beginning of democracy in Nigeria, when the presidency was zoned to the south, candidates of aspirants from the north also contested. People like Rimi, for instance, of blessed memory, ran against the run of events of the party. So the zoning of positions to particular places does not preclude anybody from aspiring to contest the election. But it is important and instructive to note that once a party decides that this is the direction that we are going, anybody who comes to exercise a constitutional right has a right to come, but the decision of the party will be based on the decision that had earlier been taken by NEC.
I don't think it's a preclusion.
It's not a preclusion. It's not a preclusion.
So because what the party has said that this ticket has been zoned, what you did in 2003 or 2022 was to say the party ticket has been thrown open. But this time around you say, what you have said invariably is that Abba Moro might be the best candidate to be Nigeria's next president, but because he's a northern Nigerian, he cannot run on the platform of the PDP. That is the decision of the NEC yesterday.
No.
And my guess yesterday was said is an error.
I can tell you this. The person who said it was an error certainly is not abreast with the constitution of the party. The party regulates its functions and its systems, and so the PDP has entrenched in its constitution the principle of zoning. And to all intents and purposes, it was intended that fairness should come to play, that equity should come to play, and that justice should come to play. And so I am saying here, therefore, that the Constitution of Nigeria provides for a level playing ground for all persons aspiring to be whatever in the country to aspire. But the decision of the party is, look, now we are looking onto this place to pick our presidential candidate. It does not preclude any other person. I gave you an example of the beginning where the Rimis and the rest of them contested against Obasanjo. Eventually, Obasanjo won. And so it's not a preclusion in any manner at all. But a decision had to be taken. Don't forget that these same people that are criticizing the zoning that has been pronounced now were the same persons who were complaining about throwing the ticket of the PDP open in 2023.
So you think this is the best decision for the party?
At the moment, yes.
My guest yesterday criticized. He said all of you that decided on that are working from answer to the question, because all of you are working for Bola Tinubu to become the next president of Nigeria, to be re-elected. That whatever decision you have made is a summary that election of 2027 is going to be won easily by Bola Tinubu and the APC.
Well, the taste of the pudding is in the eating of it. We'll look at it, we'll come to terms with it when 2027 comes, because
this is one that shall never end with Jesus. Concerning 2027 election in your town, so now say PDP they don't zoom their ticket to south. You know, so since then now they see they deliberate who they want choose to represent them. You understand? So now many people they talk say if they choose Gulo Jonathan, you understand? It will get up on. It will get up from the north, you understand? Than Peter Obi, you understand? So the issue is that PDP, they don't want to decide who they want choose, you understand? But for my opinion is that if they choose Peter Obi, they will get more power, you understand? You get me? In the sense that Peter Obi, you understand, he get followers, you understand, and he still get people for north. Forget to, but I don't say all those north people, they don't distrust them. You understand, all those people, they don't no trust for them. You get me? So that be the issue where they go on now since then. Where more they look at the thing want to go, how the thing want to end. You understand? Because if all these people if they don't take time, well. Man, return my comment. Let me share this video. Also drop your thoughts on the comment section. Like this, no sugar boy.